Hey, has Mom already arrived? Does she seem like she's alright?
Yeah, she just got here. We're just bringing her things in now.
Oh, really? I'm glad to hear that. Sorry I left everything for you to handle with that.
Don't worry about it. I know you've been busy with work. It's not like you could have really done much about it, right?
I mean, yeah, but still. Today's the day my mom's going to start living with us, yeah? I just wish I could have been able to help out in some way.
Oh, right, that. Yeah.
Huh? What is it?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure you're going to be okay on your own, Claire? I know Mom has some heavy things in her luggage. Don't go throwing your back out trying to carry too much, okay?
I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. We've got some movers who are helping carry the really big things, so I don't have to try to lift them myself at all. Not only that, but you've got a day off work tomorrow, right? If there's things we don't really know where to put yet, you can help us figure the remainder out tomorrow.
Okay. I don't think that should be a problem, but please be sure to at least get the bed together, okay? Mom's got a bad back, so having her sleep on something even a bit hard would really do a number on her.
Yes, I know. You've asked me about it countless times already. I already got the bed frame put together before she arrived. The mattress should be arriving this afternoon as well, so there shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, really? That's good to hear. Thanks. Thanks for dealing with all of that. There isn't anything that should be keeping me staying late today, so I should be coming home on time for once.
I'm glad to hear it. Sorry, but do you think you could stop by the store on your way home?
Huh? Why? Didn't you go shopping just yesterday? We should have plenty of food at home already, don't we?
Yes, we do. But your mom is telling me that she really wants a steak for dinner, and we only have pork chops in the freezer. I'd go out to get it myself, but I need to stick around in case the mattress arrives. If I'm not there to sign for it, there'll be trouble.
Well, can't you just have Mom stay at home and sign for it while you go to get the steak yourself? It's not that hard of a problem to solve now, is it?
I'm sorry?
What is it? Is there something wrong with that?
Well, not necessarily wrong, but are you really fine with letting your mom stay at our house alone? That seems like it would be something to worry about, don't you think? At least I feel concerned about it.
I don't know what you mean. What's there to be concerned about? I mean, she's going to start living with us now, and she's been to our house a number of times before already, you know? I really don't see what the problem is here.
I still haven't gotten to put the lock on my bedroom door yet. That's supposed to be arriving today, too. I'm not about to leave her alone in the house until I can make sure I can lock my room first.
Wait, are you serious? You're actually intending to install a lock on your door?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Wow. Talk about bad manners. That just screams, I don't trust any of you. You know that? That's just sad. You know Mom's going to be sad about that, right?
This isn't a matter of whether your mom is going to be sad or not. It's about my own privacy. I've had to deal with her going into my room without my permission before, and I am not about to deal with it now that she's living here. Not only that, but if heaven forbid she hurts herself on something in my room, I can't afford to take responsibility for it. I don't have that kind of money.
I've told you this before. Why can't you just talk to her about it? She'll understand if you just try talking to her. Don't be so stubborn and just try to communicate for once. She's family, remember?
You call her family, but she's your mother. She certainly doesn't respect me like I'm family. Did you forget about how she ripped up my clothes last time?
That was an accident. Are you really still holding a grudge against her for that? Are you really so persistent to be dredging up ancient history about random accidents as if they were deliberate attempts to needle you?
Those were very important clothes to me. Accident or not, I have a right to want to secure my things. Anyway, I am not going out until the lock for my door arrives. End of story. If you aren't going to go buy what your mom wants, then she'll just have to get it herself. Are you fine with that?
What? Now you're just being mean to her. You really want her to go shopping after she's already exhausted from moving?
Then you go get the steak your mom wants so much. And tell her that she'll have to wait until you come home while you're at it.
Fine, whatever. I'll just go to the store then come home. Is that fine with you?
Yes, I'll see you when you get home.
Make sure to tell Mom to text me if there's anything else she wants to eat. Got it?
Don't worry, I will. In the meantime, I'll get everything cleaned up over here.
Yeah. Look, just try to actually get along with her, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Hey there. I just started lunch break, and I noticed that I got a text from Mom.
Oh, she texted you? What was it about?
She was talking about how she hasn't seen you all day, and she was starting to wonder about what was going to be done about lunch.
Huh? What are you talking about? She hasn't said a thing to me.
Well, I know that you've been doing work in your room this whole time. Isn't it hard to hear her calling you from in there? Come on, actually think about her for a bit.
I don't know what you're talking about. We just saw each other in the living room. And at that time, she didn't say a word to me, about lunch or otherwise. Not only that, but yesterday she told me that she was planning to go out today.
Oh, that? Yeah, those plans fell apart apparently. That's why she's still in the house. That's why she's asking about how you haven't been out of your room despite it being lunchtime. The least you could do is have lunch with her, can't you? With her plans having been scrapped, Mom's been lonely.
Look, I'm sorry to hear that her plans got canceled, but I can't plan my own schedule around that. I was under the impression she was going to be gone for much of the day, so I don't have anything prepared for her.
What? So you're telling me she hasn't eaten anything for lunch at all?
Well, yes. What did you expect? We've been eating lunch separately this whole week.
You're kidding. Why haven't you been preparing anything for lunch for her? Have you not been thinking of her at all?
No, far from it. The very first day she spent here, I asked her if she wanted me to prepare something for her, but she just told me that she would make something for herself.
What are you talking about? So Mom's just been alone this whole week. I can't believe how cold you're being to her.
What? I'm being cold because I have a job that requires that I work in my room? I don't normally eat in the afternoon. I might have a light snack at best. This is how my work days have gone for ages now.
What's been going on for ages can't just stay the same now that Mom's here. You realize that? Come on, can you at least spend some time with her? 30 minutes even. Why do you think she's living with us in the first place? It's not like she's living here to be alone, you know.
No, duh. She's living here because she wants to be with you, her son. And I can't even be entirely sure of that to begin with. You're the one who brought up the idea of her living with us in the first place. I certainly wasn't asking for this.
Don't say things like that. How dare you? I'm the eldest son in this family. As the eldest, it's been my responsibility to take care of Mom ever since Dad died. Don't you remember that?
Yes, I already know that. But don't you remember that we talked about this before? I clearly explained that my job keeps me in my room and that I wouldn't be able to leave it for the whole day when I'm working. I also told you that I had no intention of trying to change that, and you told me that that would be fine. Don't try to tell me you forgot.
Yes, sure, I do remember saying that. But don't you realize that it's not that hard to even do the bare minimum to not let her just sit there?
I'm not just letting her sit there. She's not a doll. She's free to do as she likes as long as it doesn't involve my room. Not only that, but she told me she wanted to make her own lunch. I'm not refusing to make her a meal if she wants it. She just wanted to deal with her lunch on her own. And since she didn't want my help with lunch, I just naturally went back to work. Plus, we're still eating breakfast and dinner with her as it is. And on top of it all, I'm still dealing with all of the housework.
Well, that should go without saying. You're the one who's staying at home after all. It's not like we can have Mom start doing stuff like the housework.
Excuse me? Stuff like the housework? I'm the one at home, so it goes without saying that I have to do it. Have you forgotten that I have a job just like you do? I may work at home, but work is work.
Right. I phrased that wrong. Sorry. But it doesn't change the fact that Mom is lonely. Starting tomorrow, make sure to at least show your face once during the day, even if it's in the afternoon. I would, but I can't exactly go home in the middle of the day.
Okay, fine. But only for a little bit each day. I still have work to do. I don't want to hear any more complaints after this.
Yeah, I get it. I'll be sure to tell Mom as well, considering you seem to have such trouble talking to her. Hey, why am I hearing that after Mom went through all the trouble to invite one of her friends over, you just try to chase her friend out of the house?
Chased her out? I have no idea what you're talking about. All I did was ask them to talk a little quieter. Nothing else.
And that's what I mean by you chasing them out. You shouted at them with a super angry expression, didn't you? What else were they going to do after that?
What on earth are you talking about? I did nothing of the sort. I just asked them normally, without even raising my voice.
I don't want to hear your excuses. What is wrong with you? Why are you so intent on butting heads with my mother every chance you get? What has she done to deserve this from you?
Okay, just hold on a second. I know just how important your mom is to you. However, I don't see why you suddenly feel like it's fine to not pay any attention to anything I say. I am your wife. Did you forget that?
I know that, but a wife and a mother are two very different positions. There should be no problem with me only listening to one person's story.
Ah, I see. Well then, there's nothing else I need to talk to you about.
Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about?
I mean, you've clearly heard all you wanted to hear from your mom already, right? And clearly you're believing everything she says without being open to what I say at all. So what's the point of me saying anything at all?
I mean, sure, what you're saying is true, but... Look, just this once I'll listen to what you have to say.
Just this once, is it? Oh, wow. How magnanimous. Whatever. Anyway, you remember what I told your mom this morning, right? We were right in front of you as we were talking. I told her that today I had a really important online conference today, so I would need her to be quiet.
Well, yes, I do remember you saying that.
And yet, despite all that, without even so much as warning me, your mother brings one of her friends over. Not only that, but after her friend arrived, she repeatedly knocked at my door and tried to call for me.
And you shouted at them just because of that? Couldn't you have just gotten some drinks for them? It's just basic hospitality.
That's exactly what I did when her friend first arrived. However, I had to return to my room shortly after, as the meeting was starting soon. In the middle of the meeting, they called loudly for me, and the TV was on with the volume set really high. So all I did was ask them, "Can you please quiet down a bit?" Those exact words.
But hold on. Are you sure you didn't say things more rudely? I swear, if you thought it was okay to embarrass my mother in front of one of her friends...
What sort of embarrassment are you even talking about? What's there to be ashamed of? What, her daughter-in-law got annoyed at her? I specifically asked her at the start of the day to try to stay quiet, and explained perfectly well why. Despite all that, she clearly didn't care about what I wanted and did the exact opposite. Who's the one being unreasonable here?
But there's still the problem of how you said it. And besides, if you had such an important meeting, couldn't you have just gone to some other workspace or something?
Why are you so determined to make this my fault, damn it? I had this all planned out in advance, and I clearly requested what I needed, too. Why am I the one who has to meet with her demands? If she wanted to bring a friend over, she should have at least told us beforehand. I even asked her about that specifically. And you remember how the both of you agreed, don't you?
Yes, I remember that. But plans always have a chance to change, don't they?
Yes, they do. And when they do, why can't she tell us about it? What's so hard about that? I am still in the house after all.
But, wait, still...
I am done talking. I still have work to do, and I can't leave it any longer. If we're going to talk about this, it's going to be when you get home today.
Now you hold on. We're clearly not done talking. Claire, answer me.
What's going on? Why do you have the door chain locked? Open up!
You said that after all I've said, you haven't taken any of it to heart.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I heard everything from Mom. I had no idea you were this terrible of a woman, Claire.
I still have no clue what you're talking about. Can you please explain what you think I've done that's so terrible?
Don't you give me that. You're not going to get by playing dumb after how much you've pestered and picked on Mom.
Pestered and picked on? What are you talking about?
Stop trying to play all innocent. I'm here being serious with you. I've heard all about all of the terrible things you've done from Mom. There's no point trying to deny it anymore.
And I ask yet again, what sort of terrible things are you saying I did?
Why don't you look in your heart and think about it? I'm sure it will come up.
I've clearly thought about it, and I'm completely lost. Can you please stop speaking so vaguely and actually tell me?
My mom came crying to me earlier today, complaining about everything you've been doing. She told me all about how you've been utterly malicious to her.
What? I've been malicious to her?
I was so sure you would be doing your best to get along well with her, but clearly she's just had to endure your horrible treatment this whole time.
She's had to endure my horrible treatment, you say? And what might this horrible treatment of mine be? You still haven't answered my question. Please explain specifically what I have done to your mother that could be considered horrible treatment.
You should know very well without me having to explain it to you. I am utterly disappointed in you. I am so disappointed in you, in fact, that we're going to get a divorce.
A divorce?
Yes, a divorce. You have just been doing everything in your power to hurt my poor, dear mother. I would like nothing more than to sue you and get compensation, but Mom says that she doesn't want to go that far. She is just too kind. You don't deserve her kindness.
Oh, sure, I have seen this all before. Without listening to a single thing I have to say, you're just taking everything your mother says as gospel. Again.
What reason would my mother have to lie to me? You're always like this. Every single time something bad happens, you just act like you've done nothing wrong. I think we've had enough of your lies.
Yeah, I get it. Whatever. Just let me get my luggage at least. Without it, I can't work.
Even now you're just thinking about your work? Without so much as a single word of an apology. I can't believe you. You're utterly incorrigible.
Look, I'm not about to apologize when I don't know what I'm apologizing for. Nor will I apologize when I am sure I have done nothing worth apologizing for. If you understand, then hurry up and open the door. If you're so angry that you can't even open the door, then just send everything instead.
Yeah, right. I have no reason to do a thing you ask. You stubbornly would lock your room and not let anyone in. Sure, you talk all the time like it's about work. But I think it's safe to assume that if we were to actually take a look around, we would find something you don't want us to see. Isn't that right?
No, obviously. You've seen my room before, haven't you?
No, I've completely forgotten.
I don't see why you would say something like that with such confidence.
And you think saying things like that will somehow make me open the door? I certainly don't plan on it. If you want to get in, you need to bow down in front of my mother and apologize for everything you've done. It's been a whole week, Claire. Why haven't you contacted me at all? What have you been doing? Where are you?
I'm sorry. Is there any reason that I should care? It's not like we're going to be related for much longer. You wanted a divorce, didn't you?
I said that to make it clear how seriously I was taking the issue.
Ah, I see. So it was a threat then? Just another one of your pathetic attempts to intimidate me?
That's not what I meant. Hold on. This conversation isn't important right now. What is important is you telling me where the hell you are.
Oh, is that so? Why should I?
What do you mean, why? We're married, aren't we? That should be obvious. How do you not understand this? Any husband should always know where his wife is at all times.
I'm sorry. Who is it that said they wanted a divorce again? Oh, wait, that's right. It was you.
I'm telling you, that was just something I said. Look, I've talked to my mother about it, and I think we figured something out. We decided that if you get on your hands and knees and apologize to my mother for everything you did, we will let you come back in the house. Do that and you can consider your actions forgiven. That's what we're thinking anyway.
Seriously? Yeah, right. I would never so much as tip my head in apology to you. It's not like I plan to return to that place anyway. I have no problem with divorcing you at this point, after all. If you don't file for it, I certainly will. Goodbye.
Wait, what? What do you mean, goodbye?
You know, goodbye. As in, I'm never seeing you again. I mean, come on. You're the one who brought up the idea of the divorce to begin with. All I'm doing is agreeing to it.
What do you mean you're agreeing?
Can you stop saying, "What do you mean?" every time I say something that doesn't fit your narrative? Or do you not have a good enough grasp of English?
But you're making no sense. I had no intention of divorcing you to begin with. I just wanted you to reflect on what you did. That's all. I wasn't saying it seriously.
You wanted me to reflect? Reflect on what exactly?
Why do you think you even need to ask that? I'm talking about how you've been so cold and cruel towards my mother ever since she arrived.
Oh, sure. I've been so cold and so cruel to her, despite the fact that I've done nothing. The one who's been constantly bothering people, getting in the way of people's work. The one who's been making everything up off the top of her head. It's all your mother. You realize that?
No, you don't actually believe that, do you? You really believe she would make things up like that? Mom's not the kind of person who would do something like that. She's not a bad person at all.
When meals needed to be prepared, I was the only one who prepared them. And she would leave behind anything that didn't perfectly suit her tastes like a child. Not only that, but anytime something happened that didn't quite agree with her, she would blow it out of proportion and complain to you. You would never take my side, taking every single little thing she said, hook, line, and sinker. Not only would you never take my side, you wouldn't even listen to a word I said. You would only listen to your mother and closed off any communication with me.
But I thought I told you that I was doing that for your sake. I wanted you to try to understand that it would be better to just get along with Mom. Why can't you just understand that? All I hear is you claiming you've run out of patience. No reflection at all.
Well, of course. What did you expect? All I've ever done since we got married is have my patience tested. All you've done is act like a little mama's boy, gripping onto everything she says and listening to nothing else.
What are you talking about? Mama's boy? Isn't it normal to care a lot about your parents? Especially if you've already lost one.
Sure, it's normal, but not to the extent you've been doing. Your mother has been doing little more than making up stuff about me. She always comes crying to you, making up lies that I'm picking on her.
Lies? What do you mean? You're trying to tell me that my mother has been making everything up? No, there's no way Mom would ever make up lies like that. Do you really hate my mom that much that you're willing to badmouth her in any way you can?
This isn't an issue of whether I like her or not. She's the one that seems to hate me for no particular reason. I'm just trying to treat her like I would anyone else, but clearly it's having no effect.
No, you're the one making up lies here. I won't let you say otherwise. Mom's the one who's had to put up with you this whole time. She can't go one day without you harassing her. There's no way I would ever believe that Mom would ever make up lies like you're claiming she did.
Well, that doesn't exactly come as a surprise. So, how about I let evidence do the talking for me instead? I've been recording our interactions for a while now, and I'd be happy to show you. I've got footage of her throwing away the food I worked so hard to make. I've got footage of her hurling abusive language at me. I've got lots of videos recorded, and quite clearly, too. There's a pile of evidence of what she's done.
What? You've been recording her? That's illegal. You're such a coward. You'd stoop to breaking the law like this.
All I was doing was collecting evidence, all for a moment like this. Oh, and by the way, this date is one with one-party consent, so she doesn't have to know that I'm recording her and it's still legal. Anyway, I figured you wouldn't listen to me like always, so that's why I got this all prepared. I never believed for a second that you would pay attention to anything I said if your mom said differently after all.
No, you're wrong. We're equals in this relationship, and I've been treating you as such.
Do you even know what the word equal means? If you do, then you certainly don't sound like it. I can't remember the last time you ever bothered to listen to a word I said. I've asked you countless times to talk to me honestly, but you just hold fast to the misunderstandings born from your mother's lies and ignore me.
No, that's not what I was doing. I was just trying to look at things from a neutral perspective.
I see that along with equal, you have no clue what the word neutral means either. You literally told me that you only needed to hear one side of the story to make your decision. That is the complete opposite of neutral. All you did was drink up your mother's lies without questioning a word she said. No matter what it was always my fault. I don't think there was ever a time where you took my side.
Wait, no, there were.
Nope, there were not. I thought back to every single time we've had trouble ever since we got married. There was not a single time where you took my side. Not a one.
You're just forgetting about those times. I was never trying to not take your side.
Why do you even care at this point? It's fine now, isn't it? Now you get to live with your precious mother whom you love so much without me getting in the way. And with me finally getting to separate myself from a mama's boy who can't seem to live independently and his mother who also can't live without her son, I'd say we all end up happier with this arrangement. Wouldn't you say?
No, hold on a minute. I refuse to get a divorce. Mom's saying she's willing to forgive you too. Stop being so stubborn and just apologize. Anyway, without you around, the housework will become a lot harder to deal with.
Well, that's just too bad then. I did not live there to just be a maid for you and your mother. If it's just housework you're so worried about, why not have your mother handle it? Though I should warn you that her cooking might be a bit hazardous for your health.
What are you saying? Mom's way too old to handle all of that. There's no way I could make her do housework.
Why not? If you're worried about the place being too big, you're in luck, because you won't get to live there any longer anyway. I'm guessing you forgot that I'm the one who bought it. Alone. That property is in my name. And since it is in my name alone, I am now going to kindly ask you to vacate the premises. Now. I'm tired of doing my work in a hotel after all. It may be comfy, but I just don't have the tools I need to do my job properly.
Wait, what? Hold on a second. What are you saying?
If I find that you've so much as touched any of the things in my room, or worse, damaged them, I guarantee you I will be filing a lawsuit and seeking damages. Understand?
No, I haven't done anything at least. You don't need to go that far.
At least? So you may have done nothing, but what about your mother? Are you implying she did something to my room? I imagine she probably didn't really care about my privacy, did she?
She said that since you weren't coming home, you were clearly having an affair. She felt that you might have hidden something in your room, so she searched through everything to try to find some evidence.
Ah, I see. So that's what she did, huh? That's exactly what I expected. Of course she wouldn't have any respect for my things.
But Mom was only doing that because she was worried about my feelings. Come on, you have to at least understand that, don't you?
Oh, I wouldn't really hold anything against a normal mother who is worried about her son's welfare. But your mother is quite far from normal. And so are you, who thinks she is some perfect, honest angel.
Don't you dare say things like that. I'm telling you, Mom didn't damage anything on purpose.
I couldn't care less if it was accidental or deliberate. If she's damaged or destroyed my things, I'm going to sue. Anyone would want to be compensated for their things being destroyed by someone else, whether it be out of malice or negligence. You can be sure that I will be aiming to get you charged with trespassing as well, for which I will also be requesting damages. So hurry up, fill out the divorce papers, and get the hell out of my home.
No, you can't do this. I don't want to get divorced. I never wanted any of this in the first place. I wasn't serious. Please, if you aren't around, things are going to only get worse.
Yes, I suppose that's true, isn't it? After all, I make more than you. Oh, and if I remember correctly, your old house is already gone, isn't it? You're certainly going to be in trouble if you can't find a place to live fast. Your mother certainly can't work at her age now either, can she? That means you'll have to support the both of you, too.
Huh. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
I guess in your pathetic income alone, supporting both you and your mother is probably going to be quite difficult, isn't it? Do you perhaps realize now who's to thank for you getting to live this free life up until now?
Yes, I know it's you. Look, I'll talk to my mother about it, okay? Just please don't be so hasty with the divorce.
Oh, no. I am not going to give you another chance. We are getting divorced, whether you like it or not. I will not accept a single request you make. Even if you completely cut yourself off from your mother, it won't make a difference. I don't want to see your face ever again. I want you out of my life forever.
You really are going that far? You really mean that?
Yes, I am completely serious. I have been questioning why I married you since practically the day of the wedding. I have no use for a husband who never takes my side. Calling you a husband would be an insult to husbands around the country. If you don't accept the divorce as it is now, I promise you I will fight for it with everything I have. I gave the two of them about a week to get all of their things packed up and moved out. Thankfully, Marvin filled out his end of the divorce papers with no further complaints, and I was able to get them filed with no issues. The two of them were sobbing and trying to apologize to me, but I wasn't about to let them off the hook and let them stay. Also, Marvin's mother did rifle through all of my things without any care for what she did to them, so I filed suit for everything she damaged. They agreed to settle out of court and pay for what they did, but I made sure to change the locks and install a new security system, just in case. Although, after having to go through so much here, I might just end up moving away. I am still thinking about it, though. As for those two, they managed to get a small, cheap apartment somewhere. But Marvin's mother wasn't able to live as she did while I was taking care of everything, so she eventually grew resentful of how things turned out. At least, that's what I think happened, because I got a lot of texts from Marvin begging for help. Obviously, I ignored them and blocked his number. Now that I'm finally free from that mama's boy and his horrible mother, I'm finally able to live a pleasant life again. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment. New videos are released every day, so subscribe to see the latest videos.